We are back for episode 5 of the Dumbbells and Dollars show. So, today's episode, we are going to talk about abs. Everybody wants abs, right? That's why everybody's at the gym, for the most part. So I think people make it a little bit too confusing. They're hitting all these crazy different movements, bicycles, and all these different bodyweight movements. They think they have to do all these complex exercises. I stick to about 4 or 5 basic exercises. I'm going to show you 4 of them today. Excluding the cable crunch, which I can explain, but I don't have a cable machine to do it on. But I stick to these 5 basic movements. I just stay super consistent with them. I hit them at least 4 to 5 times a week, sometimes 6 times if possible. And with 2 of them, you can even do it at home at night while you're watching TV, which makes it super easy to stay consistent with it. But I think that's the biggest thing, is consistency. Over time, you're going to see really good results with it. You don't have, like I said, don't have to do anything crazy. You don't have to do all these kind of complex movements that you see online and on social media. Stick to these basic movements, and over time, the results will compound effect. Check that book out if you haven't already, and your abs will really start to pop. The cool thing with doing a lot of ab stuff like this, over time, your abs get a lot thicker, they stick out further, and you don't have to be at such a low body fat percentage for your abs to show. Right now, of course, I'm pretty lean, so my abs are showing a decent amount. I have a photo shoot tomorrow, so my body fat's getting down. I did a body fat test yesterday. Vlog is up. I was at 8% body fat, which was on a DEXA scan. Don't really need to go into that right now. There's another video for that. But anyways, if your abs are thicker, they're gonna stick out more at higher body fat percentages. So everybody wants that, of course, right? You can eat more and still see your abs. So let's start with the lower abs. This is basically, I would say, the hardest section to hit, or to get to show, diet brain. Bear with me today, guys, my brain's not working very well. We'll try to get through this together. But the lower abs are the hardest to sculpt in. I would say that's the last area for most people for the fat to come off, but it's also just a really hard area for exercise to target. So I got 2 really good movements for that, and we will start right here with the toast bar exercise / movement. And a lot of people can't really perform these correctly, so I'll show you a different variation as well. But if you can do them like this first movement I'm going to show you, the first form, then you're going to be set, and it'll really start to bring this cut in right here. And let's begin. So a little bit further than shoulder width is where I would like to put my hands. And then you just kind of let yourself hang. You don't want to, I see a lot of people pulling themselves up to do it. No, just let yourselves hang, let your shoulders sit in the sockets, and then you bring your feet out right in front of you, and just use your lower abs to pull your feet all the way up to the bar. Nice and slow. Touch the bar with your feet and toes, slow down. All the way up. Squeeze them lower abs, nice and controlled on the way down. A lot of people will get swinging like crazy, and they'll do like a kip to get up there. And I mean, you can do that, but you're not going to hit the lower abs nearly as much. The more controlled and slower you're able to do it, the more you're really going to hit that area. So that's number 1. I usually like to keep that between 8 to 12 reps per set, usually 4 to 5 sets. I'll hit that 4 or 5 times a week. The variation I referred to is very similar. You're just going to hang here, but you're just going to do knee ups. I don't think it really hits your lower abs quite as much, but I think you can start with that and build your way up to what I just did. So this is the variation. Like I said, it's called a knee up, and you just knees up. Nice and controlled still, though. Don't want to get too crazy and swing. Knees to the chest, down. Knees to the chest, and down. You can also perform it from the top of the movement, where you don't come any lower than 90 degrees. These are a little bit tougher. And it's just right here. These kind of hit my upper abs a little bit more. Like I said, I think the strict straight leg is the best for the lower ab area, but it's a good place to start. Moving on. So number 2 ab movement that I recommend is another lower ab movement. Like I said, it's a really hard area to hit, so these 2 are really, really important. This is something you can do at home. You won't obviously have the bench, but you can do it on the ground. I like doing it on a bench if I have one. Just hit the lower ab more. So with the bench, you will try to get your ass right off of the end. Position yourself where your butt's hanging off the end and your legs. And I like to grab the top of the bench. So start basically straight out, with your feet straight out, and come all the way up to where your knees touch your chest. And you roll back out to where your legs are extended completely straight. All the way up and out. You're almost like curling at the top, curling your upper body, your abs and abdomen back to really get that extra squeeze, and then you kick it all the way out. So that's another good lower ab exercise. You can perform that another way. Sometimes I'll throw this in where I do like 8 to 10 reps on the bottom and then 8 to 10 reps at the top. That's another really good way to just kind of switch it up. So that would be like this. So same movement, but you just go a little bit lower, do about 8 to 10 reps low, and then you come back and do 8 to 10 reps at a higher extension. All about variations and keeping your body guessing. So, moving on to number 3, we're going to hit the ab wheel. Now this is moving on to one of the exercises that you can do at home. It's awesome because you could be sitting in your living room watching TV and you can knock out 5 sets of ab wheels. So you can buy an ab wheel on Amazon for like 12 bucks. Doesn't get much cheaper than that. Well worth the investment if you're going to put the work in. And this one's really good to hit the upper and mid abs. So this right here is the aforementioned ab wheel. You can get one on Amazon for about 12 bucks. I'm sure you can get one at Walmart and Dick's Sporting Goods for about the same price. Well worth it. Very simple device, but very effective. This, like I said, is going to hit more so the upper and mid abs than the lower. So we already hit the lower abs with the toes to bar 1 and the reverse crunches 2. So now we got to work the upper and mid abs. So you start at a crunched up position, kind of squeeze up, get your abs really, really tight. A lot of people I'll see, they don't squeeze up at the top and you don't get as much out of it. So make sure you're really curling your body up at the top and squeezing your abs. So you start in this position and you'll go all the way out and try to almost touch your nose to the ground to get that full stretch. So it's nice and slow out. Get your nose close to the ground and then back up to that curled position to really squeeze the abs at the top. Nice and simple reps. Keep your core tight the whole time too, because if not, you're going to tweak your lower back, and you'll notice, especially starting out, these are kind of tough on the lower back. They're gonna work your lower back on top of working your abs as well. So if you have a weak lower back, you're gonna know right away. You're gonna feel it. So keep it tight, curl up at the top, keep your core tight throughout the movement, and try to touch your nose to the ground. That is the ab wheel. Usually I'll try to hit anywhere between 10 to 15 to 20 reps per set on that. Again, 4 to 5 sets, and that's something you can do at home. If you're watching TV, knock out a few sets of this, maybe knock out some push-ups, and then moving on to number 4, which is the weighted crunch. You can also do at home with your push-ups and your ab wheels if you're really, really trying to get jacked up. And this, all you really need is a 25-pound plate. That's what I like to use. If you're a beginner, you might have to start with a 10 or, I don't know, I mean 25 pounds I think is good for everybody, but again, you can start with 10 pounds and some people may even want to do 35 pounds, but whatever you think is good for you, you can grab a weight at Walmart. I got a 25-pound plate for like 20 bucks. Again, well worth the investment for the results that you're going to get out of it if you're able to put the work in. So let's move on to the weighted crunches. Alrighty, weighted crunches. So, as I mentioned, I like to do it with a 25-pound plate. I have one at home beside my bed. I'll do it in my living room or in my bedroom before I go to bed usually. Nice and simple. You can get them at Walmart, Dick's, wherever. Pretty cheap. Usually it's about $1 a pound. Sometimes you can get them a little bit cheaper, but again, well worth the investment. So, if I'm at the gym, I'll use a bench. If I'm at home, I'll use the couch or my bed.
I like getting set up to where I put my feet up on the bench here, and I'll really arch my butt up, and I'll be able to get an extra squeeze on the upper abs. This exercise is really, really, really good for the upper abs. This hits the upper abs more than anything else that I've ever done, and I think it's great for just developing those tough to hit, kind of like the lower abs. It's a pretty tough area to hit. So these are very crucial clutch. So grab the blade and you'll put it behind your head and keep it there the whole time. Right behind your head, tuck it in there. Get your feet on the bench or the couch. Get your butt up in the air like that, and you'll know when you hit the sweet spot because you'll feel it in your upper abs. If you're not feeling it at the upper abs, then you're not doing it correctly, and try to get in a different position and see if you can feel it. So feet on the bench, butt up in the air, plate behind my head, and just nice and easy reps, and just really, really, really keep the tension on the upper abs the whole time. The range of motion is really short, so it doesn't look like I'm doing much, but I'm telling you what, these will smoke your upper abs. So here we go. Nice and simple, but oh so effective. I usually will try to hit anywhere between 30 to 50 reps per set on the weighted crunches, and I'll usually knock out about 5 sets total. And that's something I'll do at least 5 or 6 nights a week at home. I don't usually do it in the gym. Same with the ab wheel. Just usually to save time, I can get more stuff in at the gym if I can do these at home. So it kind of just saves me time and allows me to be more efficient at the gym. So that is the final piece of the puzzle here. Like I said, there's one more that I don't have a machine that I can properly show you guys, but I'll explain it in just 1 second. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Those are my top 4 ab exercises. Do those 5 to 6 times a week, or at least 4 times a week, and I'm telling you what, after a few months, you're going to notice huge differences in your midsection, especially if you get your diet dialed in and start dropping some body fat. Then you're going to notice huge differences. But like I said earlier, the thicker your abs are, which they will get thicker from doing these movements, the more you're going to be able to see them at higher body fat percentages. Obviously, the 2 together is the most ideal situation, but if you don't want to mess with your diet and you're not trying to put that work in, then fine, just do these ab exercises and your abs are going to pop out more and more. I'm telling you what, just trust me. I've put in a lot of time and effort over the last 2 to 3 years with my abs, and it's finally starting to pay off, especially when I get lean. This is probably the most defined area of my body, I'd say, would be my abs. I got some other areas I got to work on. This is my money maker. Just kidding. Got jokes. But the 5th one that I was referring to that I don't have a machine here to show you guys would be the cable crunches. You would just use a rope that you would do your triceps with. I'm sure you guys have done those before if you've been in the gym enough or you've seen somebody do them. And you just grab that and you'll get a mat that you'll put your knees on, and you'll grab that and get your knees on the mat on the ground, and you'll just do crunches with that. I have another video, just go on my playlist, my ab playlist, and you'll be able to find that. And that's another effective one for the upper and mid abs. But start hitting these 5 to 6 times a week. You'll see benefits before you know it. And by the time summer rolls around, you'll be ready to rock and roll. You get your diet all dialed up and everything will come together. Until next time, we'll be back for episode 6 very, very soon. Till next time though, much love as always. Take care, guys. Hit me up with any questions if you got any.